We're Pastel at the SLOP Shack.
And you're watching the SLOP Podcast.
Welcome to episode 15 of the SLOP Podcast, a quirky show that fills your ears with wild discussions, fascinating stories, and unique insights from Australia's most promising creators. We've had filmmakers, musicians, artists, and now it is my absolute pleasure to present to you Pastel.
Hello. Aaron's
Welcome.
just about to get his hand
Welcome
caught in a
to the show.
mousetrap.
Yeah, why do we have mousetraps up here?
I don't really know.
Not around Aaron, please.
Yeah, no, I'm the wrong guy.
He's a danger to himself.
mouse.
Don't.
Waiting for the trap.
Somebody take care of Aaron.
Childish.
Pastel, if you don't already know, is Josh, Trent, Aaron, and then a missing member,
Mickey.
who
We call him
Otherwise known
Guido.
as Guido.
yeah, he's with us in spirit. You know, if you hear a slight, mousetrap going in the background,
It's
that's
Mickey.
the ghost of Mickey, kind of creeping around the set.
He died.
Yeah. Shit.
We're here to announce it.
I just have to talk about it.
This is why we came on the podcast. We're looking
Mickey's
for a new
dead.
member.
Looking for a new drummer.
But yes, if you haven't heard of Pastel, which you totally should have, they are a 4-piece rock and roll sensation that has been demolishing Brisbane venues with their Brit rock style experience. Would that be accurate? Would you
Sure.
agree?
Yeah.
We try.
They try.
We try, but we're very safe.
Yes.
We don't want to hurt anybody.
So any venues looking to book them, they won't trash the venue.
We aren't expensive to, no repair costs.
We won't damage your venue.
As you guys said earlier, the only thing you'll break is hearts.
Aaron.
Like, well,
Aaron
Aaron
will break hearts.
Aaron will break hearts.
And strings.
You
Yeah.
broke a string yesterday. You were the last person
I
in the
broke
band
a
to
bass
break
string.
What happens when you break a string on, while you're playing?
I
Does that ever-
I
does that ever
quickly...
happen?
Spare or swap. Aaron usually, because my guitar's been being repaired recently, I've been using Aaron's spare guitar.
Oh, okay.
And if Aaron ever broke a string, I just have to give him the guitar with 6 strings and cop the 5-string guitar.
Oof.
But it was my fault because
Yeah.
my
I mean,
guitar
I
was
broke
being
it
repaired.
halfway through the big part of one of our songs.
Yeah, Trent broke a bass string the other night, and we just had to. The other bassist from the other band, we had to hope he'd be kind enough to let us use his.
Aw, that's
he
adorable.
was.
There you go.
So.
The Brisbane music scene.
Shout
comes
out to the Evans
Exactly.
bassist.
Thanks to the bassist Chris from the Evans.
Perfect.
That's the man.
So just quickly going through, we have Aaron, who is a guitarist and backing vocals,
Yep.
Uh-huh.
and just a general. I don't know. What do you provide? What do you?
Just a general sweetheart.
Just a
He
general
provides
sweetheart.
love.
And a,
Yeah, I
and,
give
a, and a
love.
mum who is our,
Guitar
as we
tech.
said earlier,
Aaron's mum is our
guitar tech
Beautiful.
/ professional hugger.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout outs to Aaron's mom, who you can contact at the number below.
I'm sure everybody's already got
She's free on Saturday nights.
Trent, you
Immature, mate.
you're the bassist.
Yeah, I fuck around a lot, but I do play bass.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And,
Slightly.
And
I cop a lot of
he's like
shit
a
from the
general
band
mute
mates.
of the band.
and here we have Josh.
Yeah.
Full name Joshua.
Joshua.
Whose last name isn't Pastel,
No.
as I thought it was. That's just his Instagram handle.
It is.
And you are the...
He,
Shit, I forgot then.
He attempts to sing.
Sometimes I try it. Nah, I'm the guitarist and the singer.
There you go. And also a
Talker.
great FIFA player, as we just discovered.
Yeah. Are you alright,
in
Trent?
the pre-roll.
Trent's still recovering. That's why he's
My
quiet.
heart is still mending.
We're definitely going to get you guys on to do a little FIFA special.
Definitely,
Because
man.
that'd be great. Aaron, are you any
Definitely.
good at FIFA?
He's terrible.
I've beaten Josh.
You got beat 6-2 the other day.
Yeah, but
If anyone out there has got any
On and
links
off
to
day,
EA Sports or FIFA,
We
we
should-
got some songs coming out this year, and if any one of them gets on,
Buy them
I'm
a
yours. Do whatever you
I'll buy
want.
you dinner.
I probably won't buy you dinner because I don't have enough money, but I'll do something nice. Please help.
We should get a sort of a band, like the next battle of the bands, except you guys don't play music. You just verse each other in FIFA.
Yeah,
And so we
definitely.
just
Battle
start
of the
getting all of
Fifas.
the best Brisbane bands
Definitely,
to
man.
play each other in FIFA.
Do you reckon that in Australia is FIFA big?
Yeah, I think
big-ish.
so. I think
I mean-
FIFA's big everywhere. I
With
think
the
it's
microtransactions.
just the
in
shit.
like the top 3 selling games every year.
It's the shit.
Yeah. There
So
you
is
go.
Madden. Madden is the shit.
Well,
Fuck Madden.
Madden's not
nobody
quite
would
as
watch
big.
a Madden episode, bro.
Madden is fucking
You're the
awesome.
only person
Madden
I've
is-
ever met that likes Madden.
No, I like Madden. I will
Second
agree.
person
Well
then.
done. Well done.
Terrible,
Madden,
man.
Madden
Thank
is
you.
fantastic.
I fucking love Madden.
But
Nah.
FIFA is a little bit more accessible.
It's
You know,
the shit.
Madden, you got to really
Or
like, rely on
NHL.
it. Yeah, no.
I destroyed Josh at NHL.
He did
No.
batter me at NHL. It's just less bragging, right? So it doesn't sound as cool. I battered him at NHL. Everyone's like, what?
The NBA games, I think, are the most popular every year. I think.
Really? I don't even know
Yeah.
how to play NBA
No way.
Well,
Yeah.
well, professionally or in the video game.
in the video game.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
Both. Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
go both.
I'm great in real life, but I
You're a really good American football player, though. He plays American
Oh,
football.
there you go.
So
Oh,
he'd probably
well, that
beat
makes
me at
sense then.
American
My
football.
side hustle.
Do
That's
they
a
have an
fun
American
thing
football
you
game?
do.
Here.
Just no.
Yeah,
just anywhere in the
Just-
world.
Just Madden.
Yeah.
Is that what Madden is?
Madden
Can you-
is. Madden is.
That's how
NFL.
irrelevant it is.
Madden NFL?
Yeah.
Is that why you
Named
love
after John Madden, I think.
Yes. Thank
Nice.
you.
There you go. Which is like,
Who's that?
if you just had to come up, it was like Madden, and you just had to put a random first name in front. It's just
John.
John.
Yeah.
John
that
Madden.
works. That really works.
It's like Alan FIFA, you know.
But like the number system's getting kind of old.
Yeah.
Right.
The number.
Wait, so
system's
what's the
weird.
number system for Madden?
Same as FIFA.
Is it?
It's
Yeah.
just a year.
It's Madden 19 now.
But I don't understand why they do the year previous.
They actually
Or the year,
did
no, the year in the year ahead.
But
It's
they-
scary now because they do the
but they
same with
did,
FIFA. In September, FIFA 20 will come out.
But they did
They gotta do
Madden
something different for
25,
that.
but that was after Madden 14. So
Well, that was because it was the
I think-
25th.
I think the person was
anniversary.
dyslexic.
Is there a name for like numerical dyslexia? Is it somebody tried to tell me it was dyscalculia? Bullshit. It's not a thing. I researched it.
If anyone knows the name, write into the email address below,
Please.
theslopshack@gmail.com. Also, write in if you have any inquiries, or you like to do what Pastelle did, which was hit us up about getting on the podcast.
You can shout at
Do it.
us at a show.
We will let you play FIFA or any game of your choice at
There's
our
a couple of
little
good games.
studio. Yeah. Name it. What's a...
Or someone, if you want, I've got a really good Yu-Gi-Oh collection. If anyone wants to duel,
We do
I'll-
a
I'd
Yu-Gi-Oh
come.
episode as
I
well.
Yeah.
can
What about-
also-
Bakugan. You guys into Bakugan?
No.
Bakugan?
I really used to love.
Nah,
my
how about,
thing was Beyblades.
Beyblade.
Yeah, Beyblades.
Beyblades.
Beyblades
Let
was
it
the
rip,
shit.
motherfucker.
Let it rip. Yeah.
Somewhere
That was
Alex
the shit.
Falconer out there just came in his pants. Actually, before we jump into the interview about what you're actually here to talk about, which is your music, we made a little discovery earlier about one of the greatest films ever made, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris Bueller's
And what
Day
did
Off.
we discover, Josh?
Louis Armstrong, the original song. I'll get the name up right now for Cameron when he's in bed.
Aaron, if you would like to sing the music.
Go on, Aaron.
When Cameron was in Egypt land,
Now we come with a harmony.
let my Cameron go.
Oh, that was pitchy. Yes, boys.
So that moment where Cameron is lying in bed and he gets the phone call from Ferris.
Yeah.
We were trying to work out what the song is, if it
called
was a real song. And
Go Down Moses by Louis Armstrong, and it's
it's beautiful.
wonderful.
So here's hoping that you guys do a cover of that song at some point.
I'd love to.
We should.
I'd love to.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Best movie ever.
So let's jump into it. The Battle of the Bands. You guys performed at the Bright Side. What
was
was it
hectic.
on Thursday, Friday last week?
Friday.
Night.
Friday night.
All
Yeah.
the days kind of
It was
rolled
great.
together. That was awesome. It
Yeah,
was
it
a lot of
good
fun. I keep seeing you guys, playing live, and I'd always wanted to go, but it always kind of ended up on a night where I was busy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I have to go to this.
So glad you made it.
It was
good
awesome.
fun.
I was up in the front.
Crowd were great.
Dan Qualia was crowd surfing.
The man.
Shoutouts to
Dan the man.
Shout out to
Dan the man.
We love Dan.
That was a fun show.
It really was,
Yeah.
hey. The crowd were
Um,
great. That was probably like the most
It was so cool. seeing
engaging
people
crowd. I was probably more wowed by the crowd than anything.
Just seeing people up on their shoulders.
Yeah, that was
just
great.
mesmerizing.
Oh yeah, that was true. That's true.
Nice. Dan started all that.
What is it just as sort of hot on stage, or is it
Yeah.
is it
I'm
kind of
pretty
nice?
sure
You
my
got
head
them
was
lights
like-
as well. You
It's
know what I
fucked
mean?
on
So
stage.
it's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
pathetic,
Yeah.
man. If you ever wondering why Aaron always buttons his shirt down,
Yeah, well
Yeah.
that's
That's why.
not like a new
Overheating.
thing.
Yeah,
You
no.
always do that.
Yeah.
I usually wear black, so I was like sweating like Niagara Falls.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm
Okay.
wearing all black now, and it's a pain.
Okay.
So my question is, what goes through your head when you're up on stage and there's just like a whole bunch of people there, and specifically
Don't
like
fuck up.
there's a
You can
point at
drift
which
off,
I'm
eh?
like, I was like yelling at Aaron and it's you're not that far back,
like,
you're right in front
couple
of
of
each
meters.
other. Yeah, and so
Was
it's
he
like.
just looking straight past everyone.
Yeah, it's like, are you sort of in the moment? Are you
sometimes you drift in and out.
Don't mess up my
Sometimes I'll be
bass
like
flip.
really into it and thinking about nothing and completely immersed in what I'm doing, and then like 2
Mm.
seconds later I'll be thinking, what am I gonna have for tea tonight while I'm singing?
thinking? Yeah.
I'll be figuring out what I'm gonna have. Like, am I gonna have chili con carne or am I gonna have burritos? And so
That never goes.
Just 'cause
through my
zone out.
head.
You never ever have little things, or it'll just be like
Well,
a
just
random
try to
memory.
sober up, dude. Don't fuck
Oh
it.
well, there you go. Aaron's a piss.
I'm more saying don't miss the note. So
But yeah, I don't know. I personally, especially when I'm singing, just start drifting off and thinking about other things.
feel
like
Everyone- Surely
Keep an eye out for pretty girls in the crowd.
There you go.
That's Aaron.
And you
again,
can-
Aaron.
Yeah.
He's like, what am I gonna... I'm not even gonna actually say it.
Yeah, you don't go into
It's
that.
what-
I
It's
was
what
going
he
to say
thinks.
something, but I won't. So
It's what he
I'm on your
thinks.
Tea
page.
tonight. Yeah.
What am I gonna have for dinner tonight?
You said it. You said it. Well, so if this was a movie, you know, we've opened up at the Battle of the Bands, your big new show. I mean,
Uh-huh.
that was Tomcat, but the biggest show that you
Definitely.
sort of played thus far was that. And so this is like the opening of the biopic, and now we're flashing back to you guys as kids, you know, the childhood trauma
Cool.
and such. But I basically just want to know, you know, how Pastel got started. You know, there's a bit of a road to get to where you are now.
Little bit.
Give us sort of, you know, you can go into as depth as
Alright,
you
at the
want,
very
but it's up
beginning.
to
Is it
you.
like an individual story?
Cool.
Or-
I guess we all kind of come
I
along
can't
slowly.
really give input.
So when I moved over from the UK, I was always writing songs since I was a kid, and then the songs started getting a bit better. Still shit, but I was like, I really need some people to play with me. And I was kind of like through high school it was really hard because I was out in the Redlands. Kind of had a few little bands with Max Muller. Me and Max Muller.
Shout out.
Me and Max Muller were in a two-piece
Muller
punk
made.
band. We were best friends in high school.
It's just fascinating.
And now he's a rapper. He always was, but like he
He's
he
an
doesn't tell
all-round
people.
alpha.
He doesn't
That
tell
young
people,
man.
but he's a really fucking good drummer, like punk drummer and
This
jazz
is
drummer
awesome.
and stuff, and a really good bassist.
He
He's got
was-
an
he was
amazing
really
voice.
good.
And yeah, we were in a two-piece punk
We're gonna
band.
get him to verse you guys in FIFA or something.
Me and Max literally
Settlement.
used to have countless nights of just being up until like 6 a.m. playing FIFA and eating. We made this really good sandwich, and it was like Promite and peanut butter.
Dude, Promite
Together.
is great. People
great.
don't give
Promite and peanut butter. Promite's better than Vegemite.
Promite is way better than Vegemite.
It's way better.
Oh, I
You
think
got-
my
yeah.
heart just shattered.
And if Max sees this, we got to see each other again and eat some Promite. So we were
And
best
play FIFA.
pals
If Max
and
sees
play
this, I still
FIFA.
have videos of us playing music in Cleveland.
One of the songs we actually played together, me and Max, is now one of Pastell's
Max
songs.
and I.
Oh wow.
It's called the Siggy Field
You
Indie
just
Queen was me and Max.
Siggy.
Yeah,
Really?
I wrote that for mine and Max's punk band in grade 11.
Awesome.
So
It's good to hear.
And-
So,
I met Trent then.
so then so you were writing songs. They were getting better.
Yeah.
You've moved over.
Me and Max were playing, and we played one show ever. Oh, we played two actually, because we played at school once. We played one show at a church in Wynnum, and it was like
oh, nice.
a community show.
There's this
And
guy who
Trent
put it on,
Trent
it's
was
called
sound
Snap.
engineering. It was called Snap, and it was for kids who couldn't find anywhere to play because they didn't know anywhere and they sucked. So we played that, and
Snap.
Trent was sound engineering for it. So we got talking, and we were like, well, why don't you play bass for us? So for a while, me and, like, how long ago? Probably 2015,
Yeah.
me and Trent
That's like
and
4
Max
months,
were
bro.
playing together for a few months, and then it kind of just petered off.
Yeah.
I was doing some solo stuff, and then when I started uni, that was when I was like, I've really got to get back into a band.
Yeah.
And I met Riley Smith, who now plays for Ivy.
Oh, cool.
We hit it off big time, writing a load of shit together. And we penned a couple of really good tunes, and we needed a bass player, and the only one bass player that stood out in my mind, I was like, remember Trent?
One sound engineer
I
at
remember I was
Snap.
down
Yeah,
at
yeah.
like the coast, and then just get a call from Josh at like 11 o'clock at night saying, "Hey, bro, do you want to play bass for me?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck it,
So
let's
we
do
met
it."
him the next day. And,
Wow, there you go.
and Mickey, our drummer, was really my first ever job in this country was at Super Cheap. It was the worst.
Hell yeah. Wait, which one?
Victoria Point.
Ah,
I knew
there you go.
nothing about cars. But one of
You still don't.
fucking shit, I still don't. The dude one of the dudes who worked with me, shout out Travis Evenden, he put me in touch with Mickey. He was just like, I went to high school with this dude, and he's amazing. And he was right. Mickey's a machine.
There you go.
The agile beast.
Mickey the Machine.
Yeah, Mickey the machine. He
now
put me in
currently
touch.
loading in for Eminem.
Yeah, now currently loading in for Eminem. And then
Mr. Big Time.
Aaron used to fill in for us heaps because Riley was in a few other bands and was a very busy guy. And eventually we were just like, this is working.
Nice.
And Riley was very busy, so we thought it
was
made
all like
more
a joint-
sense.
It's
We
like
were
a
all
joint decision.
best mates with
Yeah,
Aaron, so
yeah.
he's irresistible, isn't he? So.
No, yeah.
He's quite beautiful in the eyes.
Hello.
No.
He's just
I
got that
try.
look.
And he's got a great mom.
I do.
His mum is the best.
Mum's the reason I'm in
That's
the band.
basically
Yeah.
the reason we got you,
Yeah.
because we knew his mum was a killer guitar tech. We were
And
like,
she'd make good
should we
Sunday
just get that
dinners.
loser in so his mum can fix our guitars?
We're just waiting until his mum learns an instrument, then we can kick Aaron out.
Pretty much. I can imagine her doing
She's
it.
making good leeway. Like she's making progress, man. Behind Aaron's back.
Stop talking about my mum.
That's great. So then, since then, you've played a lot of gigs. You guys have been like hitting basically. I mean, what you've played at Tomcat, you've played at Rick's,
Uh-huh.
you've played at
Black
Brightside,
Bear.
Black Bear.
Uh-huh. Greaser.
How does that all happen? Does it like one kind of lead into the other? Like, does it you play one show and you meet someone and then you get booked? Or?
Snowball effect. really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. We had a couple of like little mini booking agencies who helped us out, and we'd reach out to them at first.
Oh my god, bro! I remember our first gig was at the PCYC.
Mount Cravat PCYC.
Wow.
Like that's what you
And
got to
we-
start somewhere,
We
man.
played
Hey,
to
you,
like 6
cool.
people.
you got to start somewhere, man.
Yeah, that's true.
And then
I mean, if you're
from-
gonna start somewhere, PCYC is pretty
and then
cool.
the day after that, we played a shitty house party. It was terrible.
Actually, that was the first gig. It was a Friday night. We played a house.
House
in the
party was after
backyard.
Cravat, wasn't
Was
it?
it?
Yeah.
I remember someone called the cops, and it was the best night.
Yeah.
That's actually awesome.
Our first proper gig though was at Rick's. We just looked at a load of bars and music venues and we messaged them all, and Rick's were kind of like, they're kind of notoriously known for just being like, hey, anyone can play.
Rest in peace to
Come
the
on.
owner of Rick's.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone needs to play somewhere,
Rick's.
hit up
We also
Rick's.
played at
It's like the
Bloodhound
best
Bar.
place to start.
That was our single launch.
What was that?
Oh
Bloodhound
yeah,
Bar.
for our single last night.
Galah.
Oh, Flaming Galah, yeah.
Oh wow.
Did you play that same night as a solo act? You were there, hey.
Yeah,
You-
I came
you
to
weren't in the
watch,
band
I
at that
didn't play,
point.
though.
Damn, who'd have knew? Who'd have knew what
That
would
would have been
unfold?
crazy if you played a
Yeah.
solo one and then they went on. And then it was
Yeah.
like,
We were booked actually like a month before Aaron joined the band. We were booked to play the same show for Raw Horizon.
wow.
Yeah, the Met.
But does anyone know Raw Horizon? Probably a reason for that. They're money grabbing bastards. We said we weren't
Damn.
going to play it. Fuck you, Raw.
Stay
Wow.
away.
They like
I'll send that clip to them.
do it. They're just like a big mass company. They hire out the Met and they try and charge people extortionate prices.
Damn.
They try and charge the artists to play and shit.
There you go.
They said like if you don't sell this certain amount of tickets, you owe us the money for him. So we told them to fuck
That's
off.
crazy.
They
Well,
suck.
Some good advice there.
Watch out.
So yeah, you've been talking about, I guess, segueing into sort of the Brisbane sort of rock and roll scene. But how was it sort of different than perhaps sort of other genres? You know what I mean? It's like, is there a certain level of I don't know, expectation? You know what I mean? Or it's like, are you guys sort of
Honestly, we don't even give a fuck. We just play what we
just
love.
play
and if
what you
people
wanna
love
play?
it, then like, fuck yeah, that's awesome.
awesome? I like that.
Yeah,
like-
that's it. That's
Like you
it.
live by like, I'll fucking write songs for us and we'll play them because we love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If people love them, then fuck yeah.
Well, that's my
awesome.
next question is like
Yeah.
the process, like how do you guys sort of put the music together? Is it
Check.
someone has some
I mean, I'll
lyrics?
write
or?
Josh writes stuff at home, and I'll maybe write stuff on the guitar and bring it and like fix around with it.
Trent's got a knack for writing really catchy melodies.
and
and he'll
like
come and
Aaron,
play it, and
Aaron
we'll
bust
just
out a tune every now and then.
So we
Nice.
just sometimes someone could come with just an idea, and we'll just kind of all get immersed into it and figure it out, I guess. And then sometimes I'll come with a whole song and all the ideas, and it'll take 10 minutes to chuck it together because it's nearly done.
Yeah.
So it really
Honestly, we
depends.
finished the whole song within like half an hour.
It depends.
awful.
But then
Regular
sometimes
lyrics.
it takes like
Took like a few
Wow.
months.
days,
Yeah.
months to finish a song, and we get like OCD about it. So
We're
it
actually
changes.
restarting a new song that we already made.
We played that.
We played it
there's a
so
song
many
we
times.
played live heaps, and we were that
Kind of phased it out.
shitty about it that we were like,
Yeah.
we got to figure this out and change it. So.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask was like you have the one single last night, which is available at the links below. But how do you go about putting together the set lists for the shows? Like, is it sort of songs that you want to try out? Is it songs you're going to be releasing
A bit of
soon?
both.
Do you sort of experiment with different things with the
There's
songs?
been- yeah, we definitely, every practice we run the set, we try and kind of work each song, make it a little bit better, add something in. Sometimes we had like big fucking jams at the end of songs or big intros.
Nice.
But yeah, sometimes there'll be a new song and we'll absolutely love it and we're like, right, we got to put that in, try it live and see how it goes down.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And if we love it that much, we won't really care if people, we'll just keep playing it until people like it. But
Yeah.
if it's always good to play it live and see how the songs go down, so we know whether we can keep putting them in the set or whether we should maybe try and work on them a little more.
Awesome.
But with sets, it's kind of, there's some songs that have been in the set since
The very
our
beginning.
very first gig at Mount Gravatt PCYC, and like one of our very first song we wrote is going to be our new single.
Oh, wow.
It's still our favorite song we've ever wrote. So
So how do you go about choosing the single? Is it just the songs that you guys sort of like the most, or that you think people will want to listen to by itself, or is it sort of just like, you know?
Just the way people react at
Yeah.
shows. Like this one track that will be coming out soon, Lonely Night. Like there's kind of a hook that we all chant vocally, and the whole crowd does it.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
And then afterwards,
People
we'll
do
go out
after
for
the show.
beers, or like we'll go play Xbox at like people's houses afterwards, and they'll still be kind of humming it,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and it's fun.
it's
Yeah.
great. I remember I was in
It's so fun to play.
that when I knew that was going to be the single. And I messaged the boys the next day. It's because I woke up in the morning, and my girlfriend was making breakfast, and she was going, "It'll be alright," and I was like, "What are you singing?" She's like, "Oh, Lonely Nights." I was like, "That's got to be the single. That's
Yeah,
awesome."
there you go.
'Cause I'd
That
never
was-
heard anyone just humming my song to themselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like
That's how you know it works.
that was
There you
cool.
go.
So
As a solo artist who's like sort of doing stuff as well, are there ever moments where you'll write a song for yourself and then think, hey, this could actually really work for Pastel?
I had a like I was jamming in my room the other night. Oh, probably a few weeks back now.
is that the new dancey one?
Yeah. And I had like a little chord progression going, then I had like a little melody, like a lead melody. And I was like, oh, I could use it, but I was like, fuck it. Like, that'll probably go off with the band,
Mm-hmm.
with Pastel. So I brought it in like the next day.
Yeah, we finished the
showed
song.
to
It was so
Josh and
great.
Trent and Mickey.
We loved it.
And yeah, we're working on it at the moment. It's a bit tough.
Yeah, it's
But
very
we'll get
It's one of
different.
those songs that it's not finished yet.
Yeah.
It's a gradual process.
But we wrote a song after that. We
Careful,
wrote a song
though.
after that called 4/4, and that just progressed within so quickly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was so great.
With that one that Aaron did though as well, that's it. Like as soon as someone gets an idea that we all love, I can't contain myself. I have to go home that night and like pen a heap of lyrics and a heap of melodies and take it back to the band.
Awesome. So it's a quick process, like you're saying, like, you know.
Yeah, sometimes
It could be quick or it could be long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I'm at home writing a song, naturally, if all my best songs are wrote really quick. I think all my shittest songs are ones that I like peck my head over and try
Yeah.
and force them. Usually, if it just happens naturally, because most of my songs are just pen to paper, chords, lyrics, and it's about what I'm saying. I take it to those guys, and these are the guys that make the songs sound really fucking good. 'Cause these are talented ones. I just have the words, you know. So, but yeah, it's the ones that fall out of me that are always the best, and the ones that fall out of us. So that 4/4 that Trent keeps talking about, that we've played it live the past 2 shows now. That's like our favorite song at the moment. It's almost like a new direction for us. But that fell
It
out
goes
of us
off, bro.
naturally. It naturally fell out of us. And
Yeah. Well, that's also like, you know, you mentioned before about, you know, sort of playing what you want and sort of naturally evolving. Like,
Uh-huh.
does the sound sort of change, you know, as you guys
Yeah.
play more? And do you
Definitely.
think like it'll be different in a few years than it is
Definitely. This
Yeah.
album that we're going to be releasing like towards the end of the year, you know, we got 2 singles coming out, which are like more of our earlier, probably poppier stuff, like indie rock pop. But then the newer shit is like really heavy stadium rocky stuff, like at Battle of the Bands, that last song that we played,
Yeah.
where everyone was going crazy and a couple of people got hurt. That's
Wait,
the
really?
yeah.
Yeah, one guy did a
Someone
backflip
was
in the
saying-
crowd, and he got
There was like a
bamboozled.
big circle, and then I counted
Oh,
down 3, 2,
yeah.
1, and everyone jumped into the middle and moshed, and this dude decided it'd be a great idea to do a backflip and kind of just got wiped out mid-air. And then someone was telling me earlier that their friend's kneecap span around and come out of place. That's not what we want, but that's kind of how the songs are. They're
That's
really
rock and
what
roll.
the
Kinda
songs
fun,
do.
isn't it?
you
Cool.
know?
They're not like, we're not like, "Rah," you know, screaming and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they're just really heavy.
That's
I've been
awesome.
been listening to a lot.
The album's gonna be so diverse. It's gonna be great.
Sweet. I'm excited. Well, then, speaking of the new album, yeah, what's sort of the plan? What's coming out? Is there anything you wanted to sort of tease? Is there a sort of
You take that.
a time we should be looking at?
Yeah, we never like to put out dates too early because
No.
You never
shit
know.
can get really. But we did it with
I
our
agree.
first release. We did it with our first release, and like we got changed so many times. But we'll be getting into the studio in the next week or 2 for sure.
Cool.
And then the plan was then we've got about 20 songs we want to record, and we're gonna have to limit them down. But there's 2 songs that we know we want to release as singles,
Mm-hmm.
like straight up. So one of them we were looking at getting out by
Hopefully by May.
May, early May.
Okay.
First single, and then
Uh-huh.
second single June, July time. So then the album, realistically, we'd be looking at November-ish. So we're
Okay.
going to do 2 or 3 singles, and then put the album straight out. And obviously, while we're doing that, we'll hopefully be writing newer stuff.
Yeah.
And then
true,
that's
true,
it.
true.
Then it's just a continuous cycle.
Nice. You mentioned on your, I was looking at Triple J Unearthed.
Ah.
Just your website as well.
Yeah.
You have the bio there, and it mentions a national tour that you're planning. Talk to me about that.
We was.
You were.
We were.
You should.
It's something that's definitely going to be we're going to definitely see how these songs are perceived. Because to us, like, without sounding like dicks, we absolutely love these songs. I think they're the best songs around. Like, we got a lot of confidence in ourselves. You know what I mean?
Like,
Like,
you gotta. Like, that's.
we're my favorite band. I
my
absolutely
favorite
love
part
us.
is like hearing people say like my friends bring me to shows and they're always shit, but then I was
Yeah.
convinced to come to a Pastelle show
And
and it just went off.
Nice.
And it's just hearing that stuff just makes you
Appreciate
bumps.
it.
Yeah, makes
But
you
yeah,
appreciate
we-
the music
we-
you play.
We put that statement in at first just to make us look a bit better than we were, but now we're actually like,
I think
you
you
know,
can do
a
it.
couple of
Legit.
months down the line, it's like, well,
Yeah.
if these songs get perceived correctly, which we hope and think they
I
will,
think they will.
then there's nothing stopping us really.
Awesome.
It's
I'm
always good to
very
get your
excited.
name out there a little bit further and branch out.
Mm.
You're gonna slowly take over everywhere.
There you go. So you mentioned getting into the studio. What's the studio process like? Is that like you kind of come in with the fully formed songs, or do they change, or how do you lay down a song in the studio?
I mean, all our songs are pretty much they're nearly done, but we try and tweak them as much as we need to.
That kind of carries on into the studio. Hey,
Yeah.
there'll be
Mm.
little bits with the
Like,
studio.
Oh, Josh would come out like that harmony works so great. Let's try that, or
We'll
have,
have
like,
like the bare bones of it.
let's add like 4 guitar stems over this. I don't know.
Yeah,
It just and Aaron will have his input and
we'll have like the bare bones of a song, and then like the best thing about being in the studio is like you can try shit, and if it sounds shit, it's not like, oh, we've already done it. It's like, you
Yeah.
just get rid of it, try
just
something else.
delete it.
So we'll do a heap of overdubs. We'll try if it. So the songs do change a little bit. Sometimes they change drastically.
There you go.
We shall see.
So
It's a mystery for us.
So it's you 4 guys, and then who else is kind of in there, like helping this all happen?
Big Dunk.
Yeah,
Duncan.
Duncan.
Shout out Dunk.
Shout out Duncan. He's a fucking legend.
Nice.
He did our first single,
Oh yeah.
and that went pretty well.
Since then though, he's done a lot more. He's doing all of Aaron's stuff, and Aaron's
Yeah, he's in my band.
Aaron's EP.
But there was a
Yeah.
lot of
Over
pressure
that.
because we kind of rushed him to try and get it out because we did put a date, as Josh said
Oh,
before.
yeah.
We try not to put dates out
Never,
for stuff
never
anymore.
again. We'd
Yeah.
never
So
rush
this
a
time-
song again.
This time we have a lot more time on our hands, and I think we'll be able to spend more time on each track.
Definitely. And Duncan, like I said, Duncan's done a lot of Aaron's newer stuff, which the songs are incredible, obviously, but like what Duncan's done with them and the way he produces,
Mm.
he's a really, really, really talented kid. So
He's
we're
gotten
just
so much
and he's
better.
one of our best mates.
Nice.
So I think we're just as excited as he is to work
Awesome.
with him.
And then when you sort of booked for an event at a venue, what is the process like during that day? Like, do you guys practice, or do you sort of just show up, and do you sleep in? Run me through
Lots
the
of
day
kebabs.
before.
Aaron doesn't show up till like 20 minutes before the set.
Pretty much, yeah.
Aaron's pretty good.
He's,
I'm
like
pretty good.
today,
Aaron's pretty
he's
good.
half asleep when he messaged us. Saying,
Yeah,
"Oh,
nah,
fuck,
the
I just
gigs
woke
you're
up."
always bang on. You're always
Yeah.
there. But
I'll
so if we
always
can
be
practice,
there,
if we can
that's the thing.
practice, we will get one
Yeah.
in. But it
Yeah.
just depends. What sometimes we may have work through the day or something. And,
Yeah.
you know, hopefully one day we'll be able to quit work and say, "Fuck you, play music."
Yeah.
But until then,
It's a dream.
sometimes we'll fit it in if we can. We always try and like this. We have a show coming up on Saturday at Greaser, and we won't be able to practice until like today's the only day we can practice until then 'cause
Wow.
we're all busy.
There you go.
So you just got to try and squeeze it in.
Hope it works.
Aside from that, just kind of rocking up, trying to get a sound check if we can. It's always important. And then just hanging out. With me and Aaron, quite like a few times now, I've kind of rocked up really early and then just turned up to the gig sweating. So we went for like a hike in our gig clothes, go for an adventure, and end up turning up at the gig all muddy and sweaty. And
I usually just drink a few beers before I
Trent's
come to the
pretty chill.
venue.
you always go home. Have a shower and play on your Xbox, and then just show back up just before we go on. It's like, oh,
I look
Trent's
like
here.
trash, and I rock up, and I go home and come back.
Comes back a new man.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, I've always kind of wondered, like, especially if you're playing like later into the night, like Battle of the Bands. There's a few bands before you, so do you kind of do you just stay around and watch? Do you try not to drink very much before you go on?
I
Like,
used to drink a lot before I
Yeah.
went on. Now I don't drink at all. when I play shows. I just don't really drink anymore, and mainly because of the band. Fucks with my vocals. These boys drink. Like, since I stopped drinking, these boys have kind of picked up the game, picked up the slack. So we're still
Someone has to do it.
just as rock and roll, but nah, I kind of just drink tea and honey now. And those guys do the heavy shit, don't you? Aaron's always
Guido just has whatever he has.
whatever's around, but nah, drink wise, I'm a no go.
There you go.
You're a yes go.
I mean, yeah. I give it my best shot.
So putting together, like I noticed at the end of the show, you gave a shout out to the Instagram in particular. But what do you think about, like marketing? Like, do you guys find that there's a specific place that you sort of get the best interaction, like Facebook or Instagram, or do you kind of just put it all out there and just?
I feel like Instagram gets the best.
Insta's cool.
You
Facebook's
guys'
got more
Instagram's
likes
great,
though.
actually.
We make
some
memes. Yeah, I just get really bored.
Josh makes the best memes.
I always make memes for the Instagram.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
Got to get more coming. Hey, well, there's just going to be a plethora of memes when the new music's set to be released. Trying to keep up with the trends. Make sure I'm down with the kids.
Yeah,
Make sure you're down with the sickness.
Start doing vlogs. Do some ASMR.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned before. Maybe we could have an ASMR show of us playing FIFA.
They should legit start doing like band ASMR, where you do an ASMR cover of your own song.
That'd
where
be
it's
cool.
Like, you just sing the song really quietly.
That'd be awesome.
You kind of get the drums.
Yeah, exactly.
We should start this.
Okay.
This should be our new thing.
I'm getting more ideas for this than I've ever had ideas for the band. Let's do a FIFA show.
Shout out to any
ASMR
bands
show.
who want to verse us at FIFA.
Max
Yeah,
Muller. I
Definitely
will
getting
absolutely batter you at FIFA, mate.
Josh and I are going to be
Won't be the
versing.
first time. Max is actually really good, but I'll still batter you, mate. Come through,
There you
as
go.
Max likes to say.
Yeah, that's actually so
Come
true.
through, bro.
Scousler.
Come through, Max.
What do you think about onstage wardrobe? Because I noticed you've quite put yourself together today.
Thank you.
Josh has the best attire.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh.
very true.
That's so sweet.
But
Remember that one gig at Tomcat? All the guys in the street just compliment your shorts, your pants.
my shirt, my pant.
Yeah, checkered pants
I
or
sold
whatever.
those pants. I really missed them. They were my lucky pants.
But is there I noticed the drum kit that you used at Battle of the Bands, is that like just
That's
from
supplied,
there?
That's
Yeah.
their in-house drum kit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, that's great. So
But it
then-
seems to always break on Guido.
It still looks
Yeah.
great.
that's my other question is, so you bring obviously all the guitars and your bass and everything, but do you have to bring in anything else? Like the drum kits are always supplied?
Bring in
or-
amps frequently. Like, depends if the venues
If we could amp
have
share,
their own backline or not.
if we could amp share or the venue had a backline, we used to, but we've been let down so many times
Yeah.
that now me and Aaron generally just bring our own stuff. I was a piece of shit and didn't have my license for ages. I only just got my license like a month ago, and I'm nearly 21.
Well,
But now that I've got
Proud
it,
of
I
you.
just take my guitar. I take my amp everywhere with me.
yeah.
Like even if I don't need it.
I love
But
it.
that's good as well because you can kind of then start to
Oh,
craft your own
thanks.
tones properly.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know
I was
what I mean?
wondering. Yeah, it's
so
like
you
wanna get
use
the
a new
sound.
amp and you're like, oh, what the fuck is this gonna sound like? Is this gonna? And you have there's been certain shows where I've had to use like just a completely clean signal with no, you can imagine some of our heavy songs with just completely clean guitars just sounds terrible. So
Yeah.
now that I got my amp and I know exactly the sweet spots on it, so that's another
Fantastic.
reason.
Fantastic.
But yeah.
So I'm very excited for you guys' continuing content coming out. I've had a lot of fun sort of following you guys. And when's the next show that you said?
This Saturday.
23rd.
Awesome. Any other shows?
And then I think maybe our last show possibly will be next Thursday at the
Not sure
Empire
for a while.
Hotel.
Okay, so because this will go out on Monday the 25th after
Cool.
that
So
show.
yeah, the
So what's the
28th.
next one?
28th at the
Yeah.
Empire
Thursday night,
Hotel.
Headline Empire Hotel. We're gonna try and make it go off because we're gonna be locking ourselves in the studio for a few months then,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be weird because we're so used to gigging at least 3 times a month maybe,
Yeah.
and now
Sometimes
it's gonna be
more.
like sometimes more, and now it's gonna be like I don't know. I think we need it, don't we? We might need a
Yeah.
break.
It'd be
Maybe
good.
Aaron can get less of a chance for Aaron to get.
Aaron
fucked
can get
up
a
all the
girlfriend.
time.
Not gonna
Maybe he'll settle down.
Maybe
if
a
there's
boyfriend.
if there's any
The day that
ladies
that
that
swing that
happens,
way.
I'll be
Yeah,
like, whoa. You know?
I'll be a dead man the day that Aaron settles down.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good while.
Let's
Yeah,
vote
he'll
to
be
get,
settling down in the ground.
Lone wolf.
Let's get Aaron on Married at First Sight.
Definitely.
Just,
I want to go on The Bachelor.
What if we did like
True.
a Tinder episode for
X
Aaron?
on the beach.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Tinder episode for Aaron. FIFA episode.
I'm the king of Tinder.
You can be celebrity Big Brother.
You're the king of Tinder.
I am the king of Tinder.
That's
How can you
one.
be the king
that is
of
a
Tinder?
bold claim, and
Yeah.
two, that is an
all
embarrassing
about the
claim.
bio, mate.
Does that just mean that like everyone that sees your profile will swipe right?
I'm not gonna go.
What's
that
your
far,
playlist?
but what?
You know, you have on Tinder. Apparently, people have. I don't know. I don't have it, but people have songs and that.
Oh yeah. It shows
What?
My recent.
You could put
Yeah,
songs
exactly.
on Tinder.
You can put like your. It shows the. It shows what you've listened to recently on
Bro,
Spotify.
does your Tinder have like
Mine'd be
my mum
fucked.
is
I
a
was
great
listening
cook
to that,
and a great
Rainbow
hugger? Is that
Connection
why
by
you get
Kermit
all the
the Frog.
likes?
That'd be mine. That's all I've listened to for the past week is Rainbow Connection by Kermit.
All
the
it's
Frog.
going to be this week is the Louis Armstrong Moses.
Yeah, definitely, man.
piece.
Definitely.
From
And
Ferris
a lot
Bueller.
of ABBA.
Yeah.
And that song from The Breakfast Club, Don't You Forget About Me.
Don't
Yeah, that song. That's always getting played.
Awesome.
Don't.
What are you getting up there?
She's got a new match.
Oh,
Hey,
Oh my
it's,
God.
It's not a summer. It's a common occurrence now.
Yeah.
A typical lead guitarist.
Yeah.
Definitely.
there you go. Well, thank you guys very much for coming on.
Thank you. Very much.
You can find all of the links to their things in the descriptions below. But I think it's all Pastel AU pretty much
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, I think. I
Pretty
think
much.
Spotify as well. All that
Pastel
stuff.
AU,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I think is one of
We
the
need
tough
to
parts
update
about having a name that's that good is that other people know that it's good and they also have the same name, you know?
I
So
don't
it's
even
like-
know. Does anyone have the name Pastel?
Yeah.
They do.
There's a few. They're all sort of like
With
solo,
different,
you know.
We're just gonna have to battle it out
Yeah.
and make sure that we get more views.
I mean, basically, the goal is to be the best Pastel.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it doesn't matter about anything else.
As long as we're the best Pastel, we don't care. We're not bothered.
Google Pastel, it's you guys.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's what we want.
I hope so. I wonder if that's
Um,
the case. It'd be pretty cool if we Google Pastel and someone come up before us. I'd be like, damn, we
Just
aren't
have to
even
have a look.
Pastel anymore.
But then it's like it'll probably come up with like a clothing company. You know, there's like other
Yeah,
shit.
true.
So you gotta sort of put music.
I
in
type
there,
in
so-
Pastel on Spotify. It comes up with like a playlist.
If there's any other companies or anything that go under Pastel, let's collab. We'll do like
Pastel
we'll
clothing line.
We'll
like
do
a
your
song-
music.
We'll do a song for one of your
Floral
videos.
T-shirts and shit.
That's actually pretty cool.
Pastel.
We want to cover Wayne's World.
Awesome. So thank you very much. You can find Aaron on Tinder. And you can
can.
find these guys, I don't know, online somewhere.
Aaron's Tinder playlist is just all of his originals.
Yeah.
It's just early
Come to
hours.
me.
Awesome. So thank you guys for watching this episode. It's been a fun time. We're definitely going to see you guys back on for something. We'll work it out in the future.
Amazing.
Check out Movies of the Future 2, which we released about a month ago almost, which we released in segmented form. So if you missed one of the little segments, go back and check out the other ones, including our topic of the month, which was about the best and worst movie titles of all time. Do you guys have any favorite titles for films? Ferris Bueller's Day Off's
shit,
pretty
man.
good.
Ferris Bueller's Day
It's
Off is a
catchy.
great title. Breakfast Club's also a great title.
Don't know what it means, but it's like, it
Is
sounds
it not
cool.
just because they go to school really early?
I like Adam
For
Sandler
detention.
movies.
I fucking love The Notebook. I'm gonna
Fuck
put it out
you.
there.
The Notebook
I do
as a
love The
title?
Notebook.
That's pretty cool.
Hard Day's Night. Because
Yeah, that's
obviously,
good.
I know
The
it's
Tinder
a song
thing
title,
makes
but
sense now.
The Emoji Movie,
God.
best film ever.
I'd rather neck
Change me,
myself.
mate. Change me. That's the best
What a
film in the
title.
world.
Oh, God. Well, hopefully you guys get the soundtrack in the sequel.
I'd love to.
Pastel song.
And once again,
Emoji Movie too.
EA Sports, FIFA.
Are you gonna play a song?
FIFA 20.
Oh yeah. Did you guys wanna play something?
Wanna
Or
plug
you don't
our-
have to.
our single.
I don't mind. We could play the song that we're going to release as a single if we've got a little acoustic version, maybe.
Yeah, well, it's up to you guys.
Yeah,
we
well,
can cut
cool,
this
we'll
in
do
or
that.
out. It's
Yeah.
totally up to you.
We'll do that. We'll have a little play.
Okay, sweet. And now performing a stripped back cover of their upcoming single, Lonely Nights, Pastel.
Thanks. 1, 2, 3, go. I would say that I want you to stay here tonight, I need you by my side. Patience is grating and I rather roll over and die. Come around with your high heels on and you let yourself through the door. Only hope that the ending was as pleasurable as I thought. Fucked me over, then I kicked you out, and I knew that you weren't the sort. Win me over when you give me the eyes, and I know what I'm in for. Yeah. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Yeah. It'll be alright if you stay here tonight to walk the lonely nights. Yeah. Rub my shirt and then you rub my heart. Now you're crying on the bathroom floor. Wrecks my head when you exaggerate. Now darling, I'm not sure if we'll be fucking around or we'll be messing about, or you'll be slamming my car door. Only one thing that I'm pretty sure of is that I reckon that I might want more. Yeah. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Yeah. It'll be alright if you stay here tonight to walk the lonely nights. Yeah. It'll be alright if you stay here tonight to walk the lonely nights. Yeah.
Slack 8 was delayed, but in its place, we released the interviews that we did with Ink on the Couch back at the Underground event, so you can check those out. And next month we have lots of announcements coming out with a bunch of different content, including the box set and Sleuth, which you might have seen some updates on, and a few other secret projects we think you'll be very excited about. Pastel, Josh, Trent, Aaron, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.
And until next time. if you guys-
We're Pastel. You've been watching the SLOP Shack.
Bye for now, not forever.
Exactly. Take care. God bless.
Let Pastel go.
Tell your mum I said hi.
Aaron's mum, you said hi.